Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Stoltenberg, and I have the joy of sharing the devotional thought with you in this week leading up to Easter as we anticipate the death, crucifixion, and rising again of our King and Christ. And so I wanted to share about how amidst the joy and the excitement that comes with Easter for me, there's also a bit of sometimes shame or guilt that can arise in my heart. And I don't know if you feel this as well, but it really ends up stemming from me feeling like, oh man, despite God's great gift of his son and his sacrificial love in this way, I still haven't changed. Like, I'm still choosing my old ways. I'm still stepping into sin. I'm still having to come and ask for his forgiveness all the time. And I kind of start to fear that maybe God is frustrated with me for having to continually come back to him and say, I messed up again. And maybe he's frustrated with me. And so with this on my mind, as we're coming into Easter, I wanted to share just this thought I was reading today from Dane Ortland's Gentle and Lowly. A little excerpt here where he talks about, he tells a short fictional story about a doctor who flies to a remote jungle in order to care for some tribal people who have this contagious disease in their midst. And he comes prepared with the antidote. He already has diagnosed the problem. He knows the antidote. He's brought it, and he's brought it to be able to give out freely to the people just because he wants to care for them. But as he starts to seek to give out care, what he finds is that the tribal people don't want it. The diseased people don't want it. And in fact, they say that they'd rather take care of themselves and heal on their own terms, and they reject his free offering. And then a few people step forward and do end up accepting this free healing, this free antidote that he's providing. And Ortland, the author, asks, what does the doctor feel in this moment? And he says, of course, it's joy. He's joyful. In fact, he continues to grow in joy as more and more people come forward to receive this healing ointment that they need to be cured of their disease. And he says, how much more would this doctor feel joyful if these people weren't just strangers, but they were his own family who were being healed? And so he points out that it's the same with you and with I and with Christ, that each time that we come to the Father for renewed forgiveness, renewed pardon, in distress and in need of healing, our God is filled with joy to extend that to us again and again. And he is a compassionate Father who wants our healing and wants us to be free from the guilt and shame that comes with our sin. And I just wanted to share that encouraging thought with you that there is no limit to God's mercy and God's grace. And despite the fact that we continue to fail in our sin and in our flesh, despite the fact that we do that, even knowing his great sacrifice and love and extension to us, we can continue to go to him and seek out his forgiveness and his grace and his mercy, because it knows no end and his love knows no bound. So I hope that takes you into this Easter season with encouragement and joy, that our Father is excited and joyful to continue healing our hearts and forgiving of us of our sins.